As someone who's put way too many hours into Bethesda games, you can bet I was waiting for them to reveal Starfield at the Xbox Bethesda showcase. But after almost an hour and a half of pretty underwhelming games, I thought it was going to be 4 straight years without another tease. But then it happened. The Lord of RPGs himself descended from the heavens like Master Chief from space. It was Todd Howard.
Gorman?
His armor's locked up. Gel layer could have taken most of the impact. I don't know, Sergeant Major.
Radio for Vito. Heavy lift gear. We're not leaving him here.
Yeah, you're not.
Oh, crazy fool. Why do you always jump? One of these days, you're gonna land on something as stubborn as you are. And I don't do bits and pieces. Where is she, Chief? Where's Cortana?
It's hard to express how excited all of us at Bethesda are to be here with you today. We're so grateful you're spending the time, and we know you've waited a long time to finally see Starfield.
Some of my concerns with the game. Let's start here. And I'd like to preface this by saying, overall, I think I'm very positive with the reveal we got, especially with, how much we've got all of a sudden. Seeing as we got basically nothing for the past 4 years besides a couple videos from Bethesda themselves. I was very happy with what we got, but there do come concerns with that, obviously. And let's go over a few. Ship combat. It didn't look like much. It looked like they weren't showing it off as much as they could have been, and that may be because it's not ready yet. That may be because it's not very good. Who knows? But that's something I feel like they'll elaborate more on at a later date. Another one, gunplay. Now, I know the person doing the presentation was playing like an absolute bot and not aiming down his sights almost at all. But the gunplay looked a little off. I've never been that big of a fan of Fallout, but I have played the games, and the gunplay in those games are alright. I'm okay with it. I hope they do a little something different with this one, especially because they can have such a variety of weapons. But everything in the combat in this one felt very samey. Like, we didn't see any melee weapons, we didn't see any real cool, unique weapons. It didn't look like much, but again, this could be an earlier version of the game, an earlier build, so they might not have everything ready yet. Again, all these things I'm saying, take with a grain of salt. There are definitely reasons why it could be the way it was. I'm just saying what I see here. Another one I don't see people talking about is planets and the oxygen system is a little concerning to me. We see it a little bit in the HUD system, and actually this ties in with customization in the game. We see that you can customize your character outside of the spacesuit. And then we see them when they're walking around, New Atlantis? You're walking around without your suit on. And so you can customize your character there. My concern is, how limited are the areas where you actually get to see that? Because I'm assuming that a lot of the time you're going to be in your suit, your space suit. So I'm hoping that there is a lot of planets where it has habitable atmospheres. Scale. This is my biggest concern. It's the elephant in the room with a lot of the fans right now, and it's the sheer scale of the game. There are over, 1,000 planets in the game. That is absurd, and this is concerning on a lot of levels. I see a lot of people immediately jumping to the whole procedurally generated thing, but I think that's being blown out of proportion. Bethesda's been using procedurally generated environments and stuff since Oblivion. So that's not what's concerning me. What's concerning me is that it's too much. Like, how many of these planets are going to be empty? How many of these planets are you going to go to and be like, man, that was a waste of 5 minutes of my life. Is there going to be something on every planet to do? Like, are they all going to have procedurally generated missions as well? We don't know enough about it yet for me to really voice my opinions, but from face value, it seems like I would have preferred it for them to have just cut it down significantly in terms of planets. Like, if they would have come out and said 500 planets, that's still, in my eyes, very big and concerning. Something like 50? Yeah, that's manageable. But 1,000? It's a lot. Why not throw my hat in on, something that could make this system work? Because I feel like a lot of people are just trashing on it without giving any actual feedback on how to make it good and work. But one thing I would like to see is, I think we have 4 factions in the game is what's been revealed. What if there was like a war? Like, how Skyrim had the Civil War? Something like that, where you pick your faction and you help that faction, take over the galaxy. And so each planet you go to, there's a big battle you participate in. If you win, your faction claims that planet. To build onto this system a little bit, what if you could destroy planets? Like, there's 1,000 guys. If you destroy a couple, it's not gonna fuck up your game too much. Like, what if the faction you're fighting for, what if you're on one really hard fought battle on a planet somewhere way out in the galaxy, like planet number 980, and this battle's been going on for so long that it's fucking up the atmosphere, it's really messing everything up, and so like all of a sudden you've made this livable planet very unlivable, and so you need your spacesuit to walk around on it, and it's sort of burnt. There's craters everywhere. Something like that would be a great way of making this system unique and actually interesting. Do you have so many planets? I think it would make sense for them to allow us to really mess with all these planets. The non-important ones. But yeah, those are my thoughts for the Xbox Bethesda showcase, specifically the Starfield stuff from that. This is a different kind of video than I've done. I've been really mixing it up with the video types lately. But, I just wanted to see what would stick. If you guys want to see more of this type of video, then go ahead and subscribe. And if you don't want to ever hear my voice again, also subscribe.